Shalom Aleichem. Hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful week. This week we finished Sefer Shmos, Vayakhel Pekudei, Parshas HaChodesh, and we are hurtling into Chodesh Nisan. So let's talk a little bit about Chodesh Nisan. HaChodesh Hazel Lachem Rosh Chodashim, and it's no coincidence that in our calendar, Chodesh Nisan is the first month, as it makes perfect sense because there's a lot of firsts that happen in Nisan. First of all, of course, the beginning of the Jewish people is Geulas Mitzrayim, Yetzias Mitzrayim. That's when we are formed. So on a religious, national level, Nisan is first. It all starts in Nisan. And agriculturally, it's not a coincidence that Chodesh Harishon, in the cycle of the agricultural seasons, it makes perfect sense that Nisan is the Chag HaAviv, the springtime. The springtime is when things are starting to rebirth, reblossom, renaissance, become born again. That's Chodesh Nisan. It's the beginning of everything. Every calendar ought to have that phenomena. And indeed, the calendars do have that phenomena. The reason that we have a leap year in Adar, when we have next year, we'll have we have an Iber Shana, is that we do it in Adar because that's the last month, the 12th month. If you're going to add a month, you're going to change the calendar, you'll do so in the last month. It's interesting when you look at the secular calendar. So we have some anomalies that are very striking, worthy of note. September, sept means 7, but September is the 9th month. And October, act, 8, it's the 10th month. November, nav, nueve in Spanish, that's the 9th, that's 9, yet it is the November 11th month. December, dek is 10, and yet it's the 12th month. There's something off. And L'chora, even the secular calendar understands, again, I'm not a historian, but certainly common sense, is that really springtime, March, the month that we're in, that's really the first month. If that's the first month, then September is indeed the 7th, and October is the 8th, November is the 9th, and December is the 10th. Because that's what would make sense calendarically, is that we have this period of renewal. When it comes to the secular leap month, so to speak, when we need to adjust the calendar, it's the last month, the 12th month, which is February. So that's very, very striking. But it makes sense, is that we are now moving into a period of hischadshus, of renewal. In our world, HaChodesh Hazel Lachem Rosh Chodashim, it's where we renew. This is our Rosh Hashanah. We have 2 Rosh Hashanahs in the Jewish calendar. We have the Rosh Hashanah of what I would call the national Rosh Hashanah, reflecting the agricultural cycle, and that's Nisan, and it has a spiritual component. But then we have what I'll call the Tshuva Rosh Hashanah, and that's, of course, in Chodesh Tishrei. These are the 2 poles of our calendar, but now we move into this period of renewal, this period of Ischadshus, this period of HaChodesh Hazel Lachem Rosh Chodashim, Chag Pesach, Nisan, Geula, a fresh start. And indeed, just like in Tishrei, we experience a fresh start, renewals. We have this Bein Hazmanim period, this Nisan period, a little bit of a vacation to re-energize, to refresh, to have a fresh start. That's what this period is all about. And then, yes, that'll move us into the tshuva process of Kabbalah Satorah, of Sfiras HaOmer, of B'Makabel, that sense of Achdus, that sense of getting ready for that big, big day of Kabbalah Satorah, and then starting to hurdle us into the summer. But these are months. This month, Chodesh HaAviv, is the Chodesh of newness, of renewal. We're now springtime. The weather is getting better. The trees are starting to sprout. They're beautiful, beautiful blossoms. And we should be zocha also as we develop ourselves to sprout our own blossoms and take advantage of this month of Hischadshus. Have a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh.